content oranges, mainly from Brazil, but other foreign countries, in order to satisfy these outdated requirements. The regulations hurt our economy, drove up costs, they cost American jobs, and unnecessarily force higher sugar levels in orange juice, which is something that we don't want. That outdated regulation is something that the Trump administration wants to cut, along with its other efforts to cut red tape by lowering the minimum bricks.
Man, I don't even know what to say at this point. Bro, everything is literally like a hypocrisy. This is the most unqualified, right, idiotic administration. It has to be in American history. At this point, it has to be. You have RFK up there talking like, talking like, he's sickly. Then the ninja up there, snotty nose, looking like a 6-year-old up there. He has no qualifications whatsoever, right, to be telling Americans about their health. And, Americans' health continue to deteriorate anyway. You know what's so funny? After these folks, get into office, after every one of, Trump's loyalists gets appointed to either one of these positions, it seems to be like everything is just going to the wayside, right? How many outbreaks has there been, right? How many, deconstruction of, just barriers and just taking away everything that keeps people, from getting sick, that keeps people safe. How many of these barriers and fences just have been removed since these folks have gotten in office? This is an absolute shit show. This is a shit show. And I'll be the first ones to tell you this has all been done on purpose. You think that is, just on accident, that a lot of these unqualified people, right? A lot of these unqualified people are being put into positions of power. Do you really think that's a coincidence? Listen, I'm not the one to believe in coincidences, but this is no coincidence, right? Like I've told you guys before, like I've said before, right? This is what we call the dismantling of the United States of America, right? Listen, the American people are not in control, right? The American government is no longer in control, right? That is long gone. That ship has sailed. I've already predicted this for the past 2 years. I've already told y'all exactly what is going to happen. I already told y'all that America belongs to the corporations. I've already told y'all that America belongs to the techno oligarchs, right? I already told y'all that America belongs to foreign entities that have a good little stake in America, right? I've already voiced this already. And lo and behold, all of this is coming to fruition, right? And there is no stopping the train. Could there have been, right? I believe that there could have been, a time period where everyone stepped up and took on, these treasoners, right? I really believe there was a time that could have been done. But I believe, that ship has sailed, right? Titanic is headed towards the iceberg, right? And I'm laughing. That's a nervous laugh, right? That's not it's funny laugh. Although the whole RFK video, that's funny, right? And y'all wondering why y'all continuously getting sick, right? It just, oh my God, it's baffling, right? I never thought that Americans could just be this dang on stupid, right? Make America great again should turn into a whole new slogan. I don't even know what to say. Make America sickly again. Make America desperate again. That's a good one. Make America desperate again, right? Because that's exactly what's going to happen, right? All of these foreign actors, right? All of these so-called qualified people. And it's so funny because they ran heavily on DEI. Oh, this is a DEI hire. This person doesn't know what they're doing. Every single person in that administration is not qualified and should be fired, right? From RFK all the way to Hegseth, all of these guys should be fired and thrown in jail, to be honest with you, right? All of them, right? None of them are supposed to be holding their office, but it's so funny because they ran so much on DEI, right? They ran so much on DEI and the people just ate it up. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. They just ate it up. Yeah, we don't need any DEI hires, right?
This video is sponsored by American Luxury Concierge. If you're planning a trip to the Dominican Republic, don't leave your experience up to chance. At American Luxury Concierge, we help American travelers experience the country with confidence. From airport pickups and private drivers to customized itineraries and concierge services built around you. Visit AmericanLuxuryConcierge.com to book your trip, and we'll see you here in Santo Domingo.
We don't need any DEI hires. Meanwhile, every single person in that mofo is a DEI hire. Every single one of them. Name me one of them that's qualified, right? Even they went so far as to go ahead and throw Lindsey Graham's, the late past congressperson, right? Through his sister in there. No qualifications, right? No background in politics. Well, we just want to honor, man, forget all that honoring. We're supposed to be serving the people. Y'all are supposed to be serving the people. But are they doing that? You know they're not going to do that, right? Your food is going to continue to get worse. Water sources are going to continue to get worse. Listen, there's going to be a point in time, I believe. There's going to be a point in time where many people are going to have to scavenge for water. Yep, I believe, because with the implementation and the build outs of these major data centers, hopefully they come up with a way to cool these systems without taking on, massive amounts of water. But I believe there will come a time where even water sources will be highly controlled. They're already highly controlled now. You have many natural water sources. They're already privatized, right? A corporation probably already owns many of the water sources in America already, probably across the world at this point. Right, there will be a point in time where America will be, scavenging for water, right? But once again, is anything going to be done? Absolutely not. See, this is why I had to skedaddle, right? This is why I had to skedaddle. This is why I had to go out into the wilderness. The equivalent of leaving the matrix, the equivalent of going out into the wild is leaving America. That is the equivalent. Because when you get out here, this is the Wild Wild West. When you leave America, this is the true Wild Wild West. You got to fend for yourself. You got to make some real money, right? You got to put real boots on the ground. You really got to get it out the mud. There is no saving you out here in the real wilderness, right? But America isn't waking up, man, right? And you're probably going to have some people who make excuses. Oh, maybe he just had a cold. Yeah, you may be right. It's still disgusting. But either way, this is the person. This is the man that's supposed to be representing health in America, right? This is supposed to be the one that's supposed to, tell Americans if they're supposed to get vaccinated or not. This is the person that's supposed to be telling you, right, whether, to believe this scientist or this science. This guy has no background in science, right? No degree, no doctorate, as far as I remember. I don't know. I don't think he does. Not in medicine, not in science, right? That is the person people are listening to. But you got to understand, man. And it's so funny, you got these influencers. They talk a lot about IQ and all of this stuff. I think Americans on average are low IQ. I think Americans on average are at the lower scale of IQ, right? If we want to talk about IQs and all of that good stuff, I think Americans are on the lower scale of IQ, right? Because they have to be, right? I don't I don't see or understand how can't they be, right? And this is coming from somebody who's been in the mix of people, right? The everyday, ordinary people. They're not talking about anything high level. They're not seeing or noticing that the country's been hijacked. Most people aren't. Sure, that may be a conversation that is had in these spaces, but nobody's talking about this. Right? They worried about other stuff. They worried about parades. They worried about the UFC fight. They worried about the NBA finals. They worried about the Super Bowl. They worried about FIFA. Right? They worried about football. That's what they worried about. They're not worried about the real stuff. Right? This whole entire time, people have been worried about the football finals. Right? Ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody really saying nothing about Iran, which gas prices are probably about to go up again. So you know what that means. Food is also about to go up. Everything is about to skyrocket again because guess what? There's no end in sight for this war. And this is why I had to get out. This is exactly why I had to get out. I had to remove myself from low IQ people, and they're all over. You listen, you got professionals who are low IQ as well, brainwashed, delusional as well. Right? They can have a degree as well, trained professionally and all that good stuff, but still deluded, right? Still low IQ, can't really think for themselves, right? Digest nothing but propaganda. This is America nowadays. It really just comes down to, man, Americans are psychologically sick, right? Americans have never really been challenged on anything. You got to understand, man, America has been the dominating force for so long. Hasn't really been challenged on anything, internal and external. Never really been challenged. Thinking has never been challenged. Dominance have never been challenged, right? Thought processes, the way that we do things have never been challenged. Militarily have never been challenged. So it's just like a rich kid, right? A rich kid that doesn't know how the world actually operates. That is America, right? In this bubble, Americans are psychologically sick. And I believe that the only healing that can come is from desperation. The only healing that America will have is the destruction of everything. I know some of y'all probably like, man, you sound a little black pill. You sound a little nihilistic. How else? Tell me, how else is it going to happen? How else is it going to happen? Many people are just sitting on the wayside. Many people do see the deconstruction of every institution that has taken centuries to build, decades to build. Reputation is in the trash. Reputation is in the gutter. The only thing that is keeping us afloat is that world reserve, that good old USD, right? Everything else is a multinational conglomerate, right? They don't have any loyalty to the US. They don't have any loyalty to the country. They operate how they want to operate, right? Apple, Google, these places bring in the amount of revenue, the amount of revenue that they bring in surpasses much of the countries in the world GDPs. They're their own entities. Apple governs itself. Google governs itself. Microsoft governs itself, and they run off of these algorithms. They control that, and that's a whole deep conversation in itself. They control people and processes, right, off of these algorithms. You can't even live daily life without these tech platforms anymore. Yeah, man. America's sick. The only way out is out. Because they're deconstructing everything, and soon enough, y'all ain't gonna have no choice. Y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to flee. Y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to get it out the real mud. And that's an after pill. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that link down in the description. Come and join the Patreon, right? I have more videos like this, knowledge, wisdom. And if you also want to learn how to build your own AI, if you want to see our group calls, we have those every single Friday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also, if you've been thinking about relocating, if you want to know more about visas, you want to know about residencies, you want to know about the country of your choice. Is it safe? Is it safe for you? Is it safe for your family? How's the culture? There's an app for that. Your relocation app, horizonatlas.ai. Horizonatlas.ai. You can click the link in the description. It'll take you to where you need to be. And also, if you want to book a coaching call with me, you want to know more about where you want to go. You want to know if you should go here. You want to know more about career placements. You want to know about just anything in general. Book a coaching call with me. And again, that link is in the description. And listen, the after pill is the ideology. The escape blueprint is the framework. And PFP life is how you should live, in purpose, in freedom, and in power. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Welcome to the afterpill.co, your one-stop shop hub for everything that I offer. Whether you're here to book a one-on-one coaching call, join the Patreon community, explore Horizon Atlas, your relocation app, or access my latest content and resources, you'll find it all right here. Choose your path, take action, and start building the life you want.